This is part 2 of structuring Phase 6 and ending the Realm Saga with the Doomsday and Secret Wars equivalent. And to start off, the video would be the equivalent to the untitled Okoye series, with its equivalent being a show about Glutinous, because he is related to Merlopia, which is basically the Wakanda of this universe, so he would have his own show. Meanwhile, we will be confirmed to get Shang-Chi 2, which will be Scott 2. I don't know what the film's plot is going to be, but its equivalent is Scott 2. Also, a film we don't know much about is Spider-Man 4, which means the equivalent will be Aaron 4. We are still waiting for details on Spider-Man 4, with hopefully it coming soon. Fantastic Four. First Steps equivalent would likely introduce new big bad being Doom in 2025, so I am going to reveal the new big bad of this Realm Saga, with the First Steps equivalent being a Sora film. The film would introduce Sora and her having tech powers which she still can't control fully, along with the introduction of Doom's counterpart in Empress Beatrix. The film would end in Beatrix still ruling Imperium and Sora being ostracized by her own society. The two will meet again in the two big Ninjago movies upcoming up later. Next is Blade, and the equivalent to that film would be Faith, starring Faith, since they are both hunters and Faith has a connection to the Doctor Strange counterpart being Master Wu. The film would show her with the Dragon Hunters, only to rebel against Iron Baron in the story like what she did in Hunted. We will finally end off part 2 with the counterparts to Doomsday and Secret Wars, with the Doomsday equivalent being called Ninjago Imperium. Since Doomsday is referring to Doom, I had to have the equivalent refer to Beatrix, who is the Doom counterpart in this universe. The movie would focus on the merge occurring throughout the story, and we would see different perspectives of it from everyone in the realms. We don't know what caused the merge in the show, other than that WU is the reason, so I would have it where the merge in this movie is caused by WU traveling to the realms in his sequel that is causing it. Everyone in this entire saga would try to stop the merge only to fail, and all the 16 realms are merged at the end. The merge is a great opportunity to change some things up for the Secret Wars equivalents, so for this I would have Wu Garmadon, anyone from Prime Empire, Moro Harumi, the two cinematic Lloyds, and a bunch of We will finally arrive to the final project of this video, being Avengers Secret Wars, and the counterpart would be called Ninjago Dragons Rising. The film's plot would be based on the first season of Dragons Rising, as the main villain would be Imperium, especially Empress Beatrix. There would be a time gap after the merge in that Empress Beatrix took over all of the merged lands and captured a source dragon. Along obtaining the dragon cores, she created a mech with the dragon cores like what she did in the show. In case of any uprising against her, a roster of heroes are left to defeat her and free everyone from her rule. They split up into 3 teams, with one confronting Beatrix, another freeing the source dragon, and a third led by Sora to turn the people of Imperium against her. The team confronting Beatrix would be no match, with her being in the mech with the dragon cores and her army with many heroes being killed. Sora's team would do the same thing of showing bad footage of Beatrix to Imperium's population, and that turns them against her like in the show. Sora's team would come to aid in battling Beatrix and her army, which tips the scales a bit more in the heroes' favor, but not enough. The scales would finally flip to the side of a group of our heroes free the source dragon as they join the fight along the source dragon. Empress Beatrix would finally be defeated, as Sora would unlock her tech powers in a similar way in the show and uses them to destroy the Empress weapon with the dragon cores. The merged lands are liberated from Beatrix's reign and Imperium becomes a republic. This ends up the Realm Saga, but it could also be a good jumping off point for the next saga to focus on a new set of characters or continue with established ones like Wildfire, Sora, and Aaron. After I removed many characters in Ninjago Imperium, it would be smart if we focus on those who remained after the merge. The next saga could also reintroduce the original ninja, as we could have any change we want after the merge event in the last movie. This ends my series on creating a cinematic Ninjago universe based on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with this part 2 creating Phase 6 being the last video, unless I want to do something like this in the future. Thank you and bye.